You're live.
I'm live? Oh my. Hi everyone. We will be getting started in a couple of minutes. I should preface everything by saying I don't know what I'm doing and I've never done this before. So thank you for joining me and for seeing what this looks like. We're all, I think I can speak for the entirety of the Seattle Temple. We're all sad to have had to cancel the in-person ritual, but also I think we're all kind of excited at the idea of moving forward and getting to invite some folks who can't usually make it to our rituals. Was that my phone?
Yes.
Okay, I should turn that off. To be continued. Phone is silenced.
It's Frank, your favorite control engineer.
You're so silly.
I can put people in timeout.
Okay. No power trips over there, please. So before we get started, welcome to my home. Yeah. This, of course, is not usually here. Our typical fellowship altar, which is behind it, has been disassembled in order to produce this. Over here, we have an altar. Am I showing it?
Yeah.
Okay. You're just smiling over there. This is all just weird, isn't it?
A little bit.
So interesting. Altar to the queer ancestors over here. This is me personally, witchcrafty. Also, everyone should know, at some point, yes, I can.
Cool.
At some point, my dog might come into the shot. You might get some beautiful doggo footage. No one knows. All right, I think I'm going to do a real introduction, and we'll get started after that. Any dissent?
If the dog comes in, people want to see the dog.
Okay, how about this? No matter what, I'll make sure that the dog comes over. We'll probably keep the live stream open for a little bit once we're all done, just so that we can chat a little bit or answer any questions that people have. I believe that there are likely going to be a handful of people at least who have never been there. Should be nice. Luke, I got your message. And no, we're going to go forward no matter what. I'm so sorry. One dissenter, not enough. All right, my loves. So, but the other thing, if at any time there's a problem hearing me or something like that, our beautiful tech engineer behind the scenes, Frank, will let me know if there's any pressing message that you're sending. So don't be afraid to use the comments and let us know if there's a problem at all. During the portions when we would typically call out, could you do that thing for me and type out if people are engaging?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's the last part. We're ready to go. My name is George. I am the Elder Herald for the Fellowship of the Phoenix nationally, and here in Seattle, I am our current bursar, which is treasurer, basically. I have been a member of this organization for since 2006, so about 14-ish years now, something like that. I started, as did the entire order, in Chicago. And when we did start, we were an organization for men who love men only. And then that changed about 3 years ago. And at the same time, my roommate Frank and I moved out here and pulled together some of the other members who were already living here, all of whom had moved from Chicago to Seattle. And we showed what we do to new people, and they agreed to join us in this foolish endeavor, and now here we are on YouTube. Strange paths we weave. So typically, what I'm going to do tonight, or what I'm trying to do tonight, is going to be using elements that we use in our live rituals, but tailored to more of a devotional concept, to something that doesn't require us, of course, to be in physical proximity. Who's joking? So rude.
Cat 5 weaves strange paths.
Oh, stop that. Don't get me off track. Don't make me giggle. It's not giggle time. It's not true. It's great. So yeah, some portions I will be inviting you to participate in different ways. Of course, I can neither see nor hear you, but participation through the chat is absolutely something you can do. I'll include a handful of instructions for ways that you can bring the ritual into your home a little bit and into your space, if you're in a space where you can make sounds or things like that. Yeah, there'll be some meditation portions, some breathing that we do, some energy work and things like that. If you do at any time have any issues or problems, just let Frank know. And if it's something I need to do or change, Frank will flag me down and let me know about that. Any questions before I get started?
No questions.
No questions. Okay.
I'm being told not to distract you.
I'm very curious to read this chat log when we're all done. I'm going to be able to do that, you know. So for those of you that I know. All right, my loves. Take a breath. One deep breath in and out. Do that again. Just breathe in and out. Let your shoulders relax a little bit. Settle into your seat, or perhaps you're standing, perhaps you're laying down. But just settle in. If your shoulders are up to here, kind of let those drop. Relax into your body. And I'd like you, pick that back up in a moment, to just take your hands over your heart, just like this. And I'm going to count, and I'd like us all to breathe together. We're going to breathe in on a count of 4. We're going to hold our breath on a count of 2. Breathe out on 4 and hold again for 2. And we're going to do that 4 times. So breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, out. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, in. 2, 3, 4, hold. two, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold. And just breathe normally. Breathe in and relax one more time. Just having taken a moment to breathe together, to set up, as far apart as we are, to set up some group thinking. And now I'd like to ask you to close your eyes and breathe in and out. And take a moment to actually consider, and if you'd like, type into the comment section the answer to these 2 questions. Who are you? Breathe that in. And sit with it for a moment. And then breathe it out. 2 more breaths with that question. Who are you? Sit and out. Before we can join each other in space, we need to have recognized ourselves. So one more time I ask, who are you? Breathe that in and out. We also need to know why we are here. What is our priority? What is our purpose? So my second question is, why have you come? And breathe that in. Just let it sit. Consider, why have you come? Breathe in. Out. One more time. I'll ask, why have you come? And breathe it in. And just let that question sit with you. Really consider what has brought you here. To what purpose have you joined? Now, I'd like you to take a moment to think on and give voice to any distractions or ills that would close your heart to our work tonight. Call them out. You can name them in the comment section, or just call them out in your space, literally, just out loud. Reclaim your power over them and acknowledge them in sacred space so that they may be transformed by our work together. So you can engage in the comments if you'd like. You can just speak them out loud. I know for me, it's nerves, absolutely. Coronavirus. In my head nowadays, every time I hear that, it's the Cardi B version exploding in my head. And I guess just news in general is so distracting for me right now. So all of those things I claim my power over, their impact on me, and hope that they will be transformed in this ritual. So may those energies that I named and all of the energies that you named be transformed tonight, and may we work in peace. All right, take another breath. We'll do that a lot. Now we can balance and center together. So I want you to look up Let your mind's eye move through whatever's above you, the ceiling, the roof there, maybe other apartments or units, until you can see the stars with your mind's eye and with your heart. I want you to honor that light above you shining down from the stars. And take a breath. Breathe it in. Now look down. Look down through the floor, through the ground, until you see the molten, churning heart of our planet. Honor the potential that is found below you. And take another breath. Feel the tension between the above and the below. Sway gently in your seat or as you stand like I am. Just sway and feel yourself pulled by that tension, guided back towards the center. Find balance in that center and recognize that many other hearts are finding that same center, below that same light and above that same potential. Breathe in the combined energy from above and below, and breathe out, letting it fill the space around you. Let it call out and connect with everyone else in this ritual. Do that again. Breathe in, the above, the below, and breathe out, letting it connect. Despite this distance, together, we form a community that is built through the bonds of love and will. We give shape to this sacred space, to our communal sacred space, which is a fortress in which to weave the magic of life. So I'd like to thank you again for being here. We pause now in our ritual journey at the entrance to the labyrinth. On top of the world mound, the immortal foundation that supported the footsteps of our earliest spirits. Inside of the world's mound lives history and the past. So before we continue further, please take a moment to acknowledge the history of the space that you stand on. Land where Native peoples have gathered, lived, and honored the earth for 10,000 years or more. In my case, our case, I'm acting from the unceded territories of the tribes of the Salish region. I hope to honor this land and those memories and those living peoples with our work here tonight. Breathe that in and relax. In our tradition, the world mound is also the truncated pyramid, which is bolstered on four sides by the elements, giving shape to our world. We will now call those elements into our space, beginning with air. You're invited to summon the elements within yourself and within your space in a way that feels right to you. You can join me by intoning the vowel sound associated with each element, which I'll provide you prior immediately to every call, and also by imagining the powers of the element entering your space. So we begin with air and we end with earth. Where is my air? I need to light the air. Brief technical difficulties. Am I still on screen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Can't imagine how sad you all would be if you lost my beautiful face. The vowel sound for air is air. I bring in air, the door to knowledge, I bring the energies of cooling breezes and wild gales, of intellect and imagination. I bring the directions and the compass roads as we welcome air into our space. Netza Shaliach. Netza Shaliach in the sacred tongue that we speak in this tradition means I really meant what I said. Next is fire, which is E. I bring in fire, the door to power. I bring the energies of burning hearths and blood-warm skin, of passion and vitality. I bring the flames of transformation and the obelisk as we welcome fire into our space. Netza Shaliach. Water is O. O. I bring in water, the door to mystery. I bring in the energies of quenching rains and ocean depths, of emotions and memory. I bring the labyrinth and the twisted path as we welcome water into our space. Netza Shaliach. It's really weird not hearing that repeated after you say it. It's just bizarre. Earth is Oo. Ooh. I bring in earth, the door to strength. I bring the energies of fertile fields and ancient stone, of growth and foundation. I bring the world mound and the obelisk's root as we welcome earth into our space. Netza Shaliach.
Netza Shaliach.
Thank you, Frank. And we're almost done with this part. But now we'll call on the spirits of our tradition and ask that they open the way. We call on the spirits of place, ancient and modern, spirits of mountain and concrete, misted forests and cold fresh waters. Reveal to us the currents of this land. We call on terra and soul, twinned souls of matter and light, of body and breath. Guide our magic to manifestation. Oh, here. We call on the queer ancestors of blood and of spirit, mighty dead who carry the torches of wisdom into our hearts and lives. Protect us as we walk down twilight roads. We call on the dragon, spiraled serpent at obelisk's root, source of earthen flame and deepest gold. Forge for us the crucible through which we may be transformed. We call on the Minotaur, starry bull of blackest earth, challenger and guardian. Show us the light that lives in inky shadows. And now, we call on the queer divine, sacred transgressors and holiest of apostates. We call to youth, explorer, lover, healer, warrior, liberator, mystic, and elder. Bless us with flame and light, with queer power and open hearts. And now, we call on the beating, flaming heart of our tradition. Phoenix, illuminator and alchemist, light source who casts no shadow, we call you down. Spread your wings and lift our hearts. Lift now the veil. Open now the way. And in just a moment, just take a breath. Hopefully those words reverberated.
Take a breath. Let yourself get comfortable in your space. Perhaps close your eyes. Let us prepare to enter the labyrinth together. You will never get lost in a labyrinth, for it is not a maze. There is one path in, and it is the same path out. Focus your attention on the journey we are about to take. Honor yourself and the others here tonight by choosing to be fully present. Open your heart to the possibilities to be discovered on this journey. See before you a large 7-circuit labyrinth of the sort represented at our altar. The entrance lies before you, opening to a left turn that leads into deepening shadow. Move forward into the dark and traverse the long, winding path back and forth from circuit to circuit. Each turn focuses your mind, body, and spirit. Note the smell of the path, the feel of the air on your skin. Let your soul awaken. You begin to move quickly and the turns grow sharper, and suddenly a large clearing opens up at the labyrinth's center with a bonfire at its heart, smoky, warm, and bright. These are the flames that we have kindled together. The fire calls for release and promises transformation. Over the crackles and pops of the burning wood, you hear the sound of beating wings from overhead and feel a spark of flame kindle in your heart. You look upwards and see the largest, most beautiful bird that you have ever seen. You gaze into its eyes and see within them a familiarity which strikes you to the core. Yet, at the same time, those eyes contain the deepest mysteries of the universe. A voice speaks within your head, saying, I am thee, and thou art me. The bird's feathers shimmer and flame in a myriad of colors. You watch as it circles once more and then dives directly into the fire and is utterly consumed. The fire grows and seems to reach for you. Hesitantly, you advance toward the flames where the bird was. As you are drawn into the fire, the flames are warm but do not burn you. Instead, you are invigorated with a willpower and strength that is rejuvenating. You breathe in deeply and feel the divine suffuse you, aflame with the power of spirit. You feel others move into the flames and watch as they come alive with the knowledge of who they truly are. You are aware of yourself as an individual and as a part of something much larger. You feel the earth leave from beneath you. You soar upwards to the planets and the stars. A bird's cry pierces the world and opens your heart. Breathe in that sound. Become aware of yourself as the phoenix. When you are ready, you may open your eyes.
Thank you, Gracie. That was the new magister or president of the Seattle Temple. And thank you for stepping in for that. Take a breath. Let that settle. Good. Next up, excuse me. I'd like you to take a moment to focus. Actually, let me bring one closer. How's that?
You have a glowing belly button.
I love glowing belly buttons. Take a moment to focus. I'm not doing that. I'm not burning myself for a gesture. This joker over here. behind the camera. Ridiculous. Take a breath. I'll take one too.
It went out.
Oh no, it didn't. It collapsed into the bowl. It's still there. You can't.
Very tiny fire.
Very tiny fire. Okay, we'll set that down. Technical difficulties. And I'll borrow this. There we go. How's that? Beautiful. Ooh, too hot. All right, let's try this again, folks. Take a breath and breathe out ridiculousness. And 2 low candles. Just get rid of all of it. And focus on the flame. If you can, let your eyes unfocus slightly as they look at the bright screen. And breathe in that flame, that image of flame. This is the queer fire in the belly, in the heart, in the mind. This is the spark of the divine, gifted by the phoenix. Peer into the flames. From the flames of transformation, you can see in the distance, deep as deep within them, just a speck of a shape. You see it grow slightly larger as it moves towards you. Stay focused on it. As that figure moves towards you and begins to grow larger, you begin to be able to make out details. This is the explorer walking out of the flames of transformation into our space, into your heart. What do they look like? What does this queer divine being look like as it steps from the flames? As they move closer, you can make out the features of their face, what they're wearing or not wearing. What color is their hair, their eyes? If they were to speak, what is the sound of the voice of a divinity? If they were to come close enough, if they touched you, if they were to embrace you, what does it feel like to be held in the arms of the divine? If you breathe in, you can smell just the lightest scent. What does the explorer smell like? As you breathe in that image, as it becomes more solid, more real for you. If you were to kiss them on the hand, or the cheek, or the mouth, what does the divine taste like? Breathe that in. And breathe it out into your space. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Let the explorer become manifest around you. One more time, breathe in. Breathe in from the fire, from the phoenix, from the explorer. Breathe that energy up. And then out. Into your space. Into our space. This long distance temple that we have created together. The explorer walks with us. The queer divine is here in this space. Just sit with that feeling for a moment. Breathe as needed. You breathe in. Let yourself stay still for a moment, full, and then breathe out when you need to. And let yourself stay empty for just a moment until you need to breathe in again. And keep that breath cycle going as you meet the explorer. Conjure that image of the divine in your mind's eye again. And just sit with it. Eyes open or closed, it's up to you. What does the divine look like? Sound like? Feel like? Taste? Smell like? From that image, let a message come. If the explorer were speaking to you, what are they saying? This may be a direct verbal message, maybe images, or just a feeling, an emotion. We're going to stay in this space for a moment. Sit with the explorer. What do they have to tell you? The explorer is the divine face of spring and everything that comes with it. The rising sun, the opening seed, the newborn calf striking forward on its own, standing up for the first time. As we meet this divinity, they speak to us of courage, of the seed hull splitting open, the shoot tender breaking through the soil. The explorer speaks to us of coming out constantly. The process that never truly ends. And for me, the explorer is speaking to me about current events. Specifically the future, or how we move forward from current events. We'll need courage. We'll need all sorts of virtues, of course. Strength and love and perseverance. But right now, chief amongst our needs is courage. The courage of the alchemist, of the queer magician, to look at a thing that is broken and to say, this can be transformed. It's the courage of looking forward, not back. Realizing that you're running into something new, but running anyway, because we know that it's better than what we've had. The explorer speaks to me of communal courage, of linking hands as best we can, virtually, supporting one another and being supported in turn. When things go south, we see the worst in people. But it's the nature of courage to rise above narcissism and to embrace one another, to hold one another up, to make sure that we get through this together. Courage says, deny your basest instincts. When we experience fear, we want to fight or we want to shut down. Courage tells us, move forward. Continue loving. Continue trusting and hoping. And loving one another. Breathe that in. If the explorer spoke to you personally, breathe that in. Maybe share it if you'd like in the comments. It's from this place of courage, of queer power, and of support that we're going to take just a couple of minutes to engage in some healing work as best we can. Get comfortable. Hopefully you are already. And just take another breath. What I'd like for all of us to do is to connect again to what is above and what was below, right? So above us, we have the starry sky. We have the spiral. Below us, inky darkness. The waters of the cauldron reflecting the light from above. Connect to both of those light sources. First, the starry spiral above you, and breathe that down. Golden light comes in through your mouth, down your throat, and into your heart. Breathe in again. In. And just let it settle. Let it come in. And then from below, breathe up. Reflected light on the surface of the cauldron. This is the light of the ancestors. Breathe that up into your heart. And again. From below, breathe up. And just let that settle. Let it swirl. Feel that in yourself. We're going to start by tending to our own self. And what I'd like you to do is put a little bookmark where that heart energy is and feel instead for yourself. Where is your energy? Hopefully you can feel it in your body, in your skin. Do you feel it outside at all? Do you feel it buzzing outside of you? Do you feel it moving? Breathe it in. Bring it closer. Let that golden light that we collected from the above and the below, let it join. Feel it suffuse you as you breathe in your own energies back into your body. And we stay centered, right? The worst thing that I'm experiencing, usually, with all of this nonsense, is that even though I have been at home for over 2 weeks now and have barely left the house, I feel scattered, chaotic. It's the news cycle, right? And everything that goes along with that. So breathe yourself back in and reclaim all of that attention and energy that has been sapped from you. Let the light help with that. Let it boost what you're breathing in. Cleanse it. One more time. Just grab all of those stragglers, breathe it in to your skin, to your heart, and feel it settle. Good. Now I'd like you to envision yourself at the center of, excuse me, envision yourself at the center of a large compass. There we go. Sort of at the center of a crossroads. And before you, behind you, to either side, there are roads. And when you look down them, you see shining lights at the end or down on the roads. These are us. This is one another. When we look down the compass roads, we can find community. Spread apart though we may be, that's where we are. And so I want us to just take a moment to breathe with the lights on those roads. Be they far or be they near, breathe in and feel some of that light come in towards you, towards the center of this crossroads. And then as you breathe out, you move out to meet. And it's orderly. It is not chaotic. It is not being pulled from you. Instead, this is you choosing to meet kindred souls. Breathe with that compass. You breathe in, and the compass comes towards the center to meet you. All of the combined lights of our community. You breathe out. And you can feel yourself joining with them. Do that 2 more times. 2 more cycles. In from every side, and then out. Supporting and being supported in turn. 1 more time. In, and then out. And not only you, but the energies of community, the energies of the spiral and the cauldron go out with you to bless the community, to keep us connected, though we are far apart. And if you need to, just shake that out. Breathe again. Just to clear your head and center. And finally, I'd like to address our connections with the earth. This is always fraught, but now is a beautiful time to readdress this connection, because I truly believe that we're going to need it more than ever as we move forward. So take a breath. And as you breathe out, go down. Follow your own energies down through your feet and into the earth. And feel the connection between you and the planet, or just your space, your biosphere. It could be the city, the state, the watershed. But feel the connection between you and the land below you. You can envision it like a rope, almost, that connects you to the ground beneath your feet. How is it? Check in with that tie. Is it thin? Is it frayed? Is it thick? Is it rigid? Is it wispy? Gauge that connection, and then take some of that light that we collected before and breathe it not into the earth, but into that connection. Use the energies of the spiral and the cauldron to strengthen your connection to the point of place, to where you are right now. Breathe in that light from your heart and breathe it down into that connection, into that rope, and feel it strengthen. One more time. Breathe in, collect, and then down. And just sit with that for another moment. How can you take this connection into your life? How can you make that connection manifest? Good. Any questions, comments? This is very weird just doing this here by myself. I'm not alone. You are with me, but there's about 30-second delay. 30. Have I been like skipping past things, or we're good? Okay. Everyone take that breath. Are you going to type something else? You can just say it.
People just saying you're not alone. We're here.
You are. And I love you. Genuinely. All right. My loves. Take another breath. The explorer is with us here in this space, and has helped us. We would like to address the explorer specifically with some offerings, as well as these are offerings that I have here, but they can also be offerings from you. If any of you have words or things that you would like to have expressed for everyone to see, let us know. You can comment that now and I can read it for you. I meant to actually have something prepared and then I forgot. So I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm totally
Cut out of frame.
totally out of frame. Because this is how we do it. Genuinely, none of you should be listening to me right now. All right. So this time is actually for self-reflection and for you. This time is absolutely for you to figure out if there is anything that you would like to offer from afar to the divinity. This time is not for me to get my act together. Of course not. That would be ridiculous. How dare you even suggest it? What do we have for me?
This time is for me to have that bass line going through my head now.
All right. Excuse me. Explorer, walker of the wild, untouched paths, map maker and road opener, I honor and thank you. I ask for your blessing as I walk the labyrinth, for the spark of courage alight in my center. Release our hearts into the unknown world. Bless our wandering as we seek ourselves out again. Reveal every unwalked road. Open my eyes to the world before me so that I may always move forward with care and attention. Explorer, rootless fool and queer wanderer, bless me from body to breath, from bones to blood. Open for me the roads to courage so that I might go forward into the world renewed by the bonds of our fellowship. I honor you always in the circle of our lives. Tous Kaete.
Tous Kaete.
Tous Kaete in our sacred language, meaning our hearts are open to you. Is there anything that anyone wanted me to share before I keep moving?
Thank you for lighting the way. Offerings of time as I explore new paths. Myself in and of nature is what I offer, working with you and with others, for you and others as we work to heal that which needs to be healed. I offer my steps and my experiences.
Thank you. So, Explorer, we have gathered in your honor, and we have filled, or we will have filled this cup with our love. All of these offerings. It's cold outside. The divine wants hot tea, I was told. All of these offerings and more we give to you, Explorer. We honor you always in the circle of our lives. Never no thirst. Tous Kaete. And we now come towards the end of our ritual, and the spirits thankfully have healed with us. They've worked magic with us. They have danced this beautiful ritual dance with us. So we're going to take a moment now to seek out their voices. And I also did not shuffle. So more technical difficulties.
Second card from the left.
Second card from the left. Who said that?
Theo.
Okay, well, I suppose if my elder magister commands. I'm actually going to do this over here.
Throw them on the ground and read the ones face up.
Who is this?
I think that's Tony. Unreal Rella.
I'm not throwing anything on the ground. Don't be ridiculous. These are sacred objects.
It is Tony.
Very good. You pick one.
Pay no attention to the man behind the camera. Yeah. Gave that up.
And one for me.
Theo says let Rumple pick one.
Should we? Hey, Rumple, come here.
Come here, bud.
Come here, buddy. Come here, bud. Sit. Now, folks, this is some wholesome ritual right here. Rumple, can you... No, he doesn't know what's going on. Rumple,
I just woke up.
you want that one? I'm going to say that he chose this one. He knows that I saw it. You all saw it. Okay. Oh, my knees.
Recording.
The Flames of Transformation, chosen by Theo. Frank chose Jupiter. I pulled out Sulfur. And my beautiful dog, who is an unofficial member, chose the Healer. I think the spirits are showing us the way forward. Yeah. Through transformation and a true understanding of our own sovereignty and power, we can light the fires that will heal our community. And that's the work that we have forward for us, is to not stop once we think that we have achieved a goal, but instead to continue finding new ways to empower ourselves, because the fires will always be burning, both the fires of transformation, but also the flames of hatred, right? Fire goes both ways, and I can see that in that difference between the flames of transformation and of sulfur. They're warm, but they do not burn. But then where sulfur is concerned, it absolutely can burn. And it can be sometimes too much to handle. But from there, and through navigating that dichotomy, we can find healing for ourselves and others. And that's the ultimate goal of the work that we do here. Stop that.
I'm just reading comments.
Oh my God.
That was John.
Stop that. Terrible. Terrible. Okay. And now from this space, we will thank our divinities and our spirits for their presence with us in this rite. So in order to do this, I'm going to come forward just to show off.
Don't trip.
I will not trip. It's a lot of ultra cloth, folks.
For a much bigger table.
Yeah. So, oh, that's not too bad. So here are our beautiful offerings for this evening. Thank goodness the plate has a big old lip on it, right? And what I'd like to do here is just focus your thanks and your love towards the screen, I guess, just towards the explorer. right? And towards all of the spirits that walk with you and that have walked with us. So we give thanks to the spirits, the beings and divinities that walked with us this night. Thank you for your presence and protection, for your blessings and bounty. Thank you for guiding our magic and our healing, and for holding open the way. We pledge to honor your gifts and to use them wisely. We give you thanks and offering. To the Phoenix, we give offering. To the queer divine of many names, elder, mystic, liberator, warrior, healer, lover, explorer, and youth, we give offering. To the Minotaur, we give offering. To the dragon, we give offerings. To the queer ancestors, we give offering. To Terra and Soul, we give offering. Knew it was going to happen. To the right. To the Genius Loci, we give offering. It didn't break, by the way. We're all good. To all these spirits that walk with us, may you never thirst. Tous Kaite.
Tous Kaite.
Netza Shaliach.
Netza Shaliach.
From there, we give thanks to the elements in reverse order. Make this quick. We give thanks to Earth for foundation, for stability and growth. We give thanks to water for mystery, for the powers of emotion, for the rains that bless this land. We give thanks. Just move.
Ritual dance.
What was that?
Ritual dance.
Ritual dance, of course. I said dancing earlier. We give thanks to fire, the heat of action, for your presence here, and still burning. We give thanks to air, for inspiration and intellect. May we honor you always in the circle of our lives. Tous Kaite. As we have honored the elements, we now honor those distractions that from earlier that may have been changed. May this transformed energy be a tool with which we work our will. Just take a breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Take another breath. Feel how our community has been empowered by our work here tonight. Feel how you have been changed personally. Breathe in, and then breathe that transformed energy out into the community. Again, in and out to the community. This is the power of the Phoenix to transform and regenerate. Let us take the gift of this connection with us into our daily lives. Manifest your will through love. And now we go forth into the world, renewed by the bonds of this community. Out of the flames,
into the light.
That was that. Take a breath. Let it settle. That's legitimately that. Actually, I don't necessarily have much more. I think though I can turn around the laptop and if people want to have a chat, we can do that. That is tiny. That is so small.
Yeah. I can't figure out a way to get it bigger. I'm sure there is, but we'll play with it.
I wonder. Okay. Oh my God, Theo! Yes, if only IHOP were open, that would. Well, no, that's the exact like. That's against the point of all of this, Theo. That doesn't even make sense. If only IHOP were open, we couldn't possibly.
Also, 1,500 miles away.
Yeah.
Or 1,800.
Well, I mean, we have local IHOP.
That's
They can come here. I can take it with me. Oh God. There we go. Maybe. Why is it's because got it. I love you all, by the way. I'm trying to read this. It's all coming in so fast. I don't know how Frank did it. Oh my Lord.
George got drunk. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. We gotta make pancakes now. I have brain check. Absolutely. It's nice to see some names here that I don't know. Hi, everyone. Thunk. It's a little faster read. Wait, pancakes for breakfast. Creasy. I'm gonna need that.
Making pancakes.
Non-drunk thought earlier, walls are just vertical floors and ceilings are upside down floors. Theo.
Makes perfect sense.
I mean, pretty much anything I eat right now is going to be a break fast. Pretty much. A table is okay. All of this floor and table and like ceiling stuff. I'm not here for it. My brain can't handle that right now. I wish that we could just like magically turn this into like a video chat scenario, but none of the video chat like services necessarily give as good quality as this hopefully was. So we decided against that. We might try it for Fire Dance though. We have already decided that just to make things easy, we're going to try this again for Seattle's Fire Dance, which is our next holiday. And so we'll see, like, please let us know if there were any bugs or anything like that, any issues beyond me potentially lighting myself on fire.
Fellowship ritual if somebody doesn't light themselves on fire.
I'm pretty sure I got a couple of hairs as I was like reaching across and stuff. There's a that is just so rude.
Oh, because I went that way. Sorry.
It's okay.
Detangle. Oh my. George, we're ready for your close-up.
So what was I just saying about Fire Dance?
We're going to be doing it via live stream of some
Yeah.
flavor. We might try a video chat instead,
Yeah,
so we can
we'll-
have back and forth.
We'll try and figure something out. I feel like that's all I have. Hey, Creasy, are there any announcements that should have been made?
We're still connected.
None of which I'm aware.
Okay. Very good.
Good, your battery's running low.
Good. And well, yeah, it's powering the peripherals, isn't it? Thank you, everyone, for attending and for being active in the comments and for really making this feel as close as possible to the rituals that we typically put on. We are going to be doing more digitally as we move forward. So keep an eye open for that. We're going to be doing occasional live streams or group chats, but we're also going to be producing some standalone videos for things like meditations or lectures. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I put a link in the description of the video. Oh my God, I get to do that obnoxious YouTuber thing. Right down there, there's a link to a survey that I did not finish in time. So, if you were to come back to this live stream tomorrow, because it should have saved or something.
We'll publish it, yes.
We'll publish it. If you were to come back to it tomorrow, there will be a link there. I'm just really curious about how this worked for folks, especially since we don't know how long we will be having to engage this way. And there will be a couple of other questions. It's all 100% voluntary, but any feedback we could get on this would be really helpful for the next ones that we do. Thank you again. It really warms my heart that everyone could be here. Takayate. That's all I got.